What is up, ladies? I am back, and as you can see there, I got my first AA hit and my first AA home run in last game, so we are off to the races here. Putting a little training points into my fielding and arm. If you know anything about me, I am not very good in the field, so any little piece of training that can help me out there, I will take it. But sorry for the lack of videos this weekend. I went up to my camper, so no real good internet up there for me to upload any videos. I think next time that I do go camping, which is going to be a few times a month, I'm sure, over the summer, I'm going to start getting some videos done for you in the during the week, and then have them ready to upload for the weekend. So hopefully we won't have a whole weekend again like this weekend where I have no videos for you guys. But here we are in game number 2, going up against these knuckleheads. And KB going yard again, so off to a fantastic start here in AA. Hitting that bodied to the right field out there. Opposite field home run power. So yeah, this guy's been pretty fun so far. Obviously, I've been live streaming, so I'm a little farther ahead in the live stream than I will be in videos, and that's going to be the case from now on. I just need to have enough footage in the back end so that when there's times where I can't play or whatever, I have that footage available and ready to go. Plus, it takes quite a bit of time and effort to cut these things up into videos for YouTube. Obviously, you're looking at, 2 hours of gameplay, and I have to cut it down into like 7 or 8 minutes or whatever. So it does take some time. It takes some effort to get that done for you guys, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Channel, obviously, majors, and I'm going to show you at the end of this video how you can kind of really tell where your guy stands in the organization. A lot of people ask me, KB or Bafe, how do you get moved up? What's the end game as far as what do I need to do to get moved up to AAA? What do I need to do to get moved up to the majors? Obviously now this year advancement goals are gone, so there's a little bit different things you need to look at as far as how do you get moved up and what do you have to do to get moved up. So there's a screen at the end of this video I'm going to show, and we're going to talk about a little bit more. But the philosophy of getting moved up, to me, sometimes escapes people a little bit. Everybody obviously wants to play in the major leagues. That's the whole goal of this game. That's what makes it fun. Getting to those major league ballparks, playing against top-rated players and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's the end goal, but there is a situation that you have to look at that might say, well, maybe I don't want to get moved up as fast as that. The big thing, hold on 1 second here. After I hit this guy, the video kind of goofed up where I could only get audio. So there was like a game or two that we missed. So you can see now I've already batted 1 time at this in this game. So we missed a game and a half of video. For whatever reason, it didn't render out correctly. So we didn't lose too much, but I just wanted to put a little black screen on the video so I remembered. But getting back to getting moved up, when you get moved up really, really quickly, one thing you have to keep in mind is that obviously pitchers and players and whatnot are going to be much better in the major leagues. I mean, they're in the major leagues for the reason. The show is no joke. So when you get moved up and you get moved up quickly, a lot of times your training and whatnot are not where they need to be to really make an impact on a major league roster. Not only that, but you might suffer in your stats department and your hits and your fielding and that sort of stuff because the competition's a lot better. So to me, a lot of times you don't want to get moved up quickly. You want to be able to spend a good few months in the minor leagues at least, because you're going to go up against inferior pitching. You're going to get more opportunities to get base hits or home runs or drive in the game-winning home run like this guy. So you're going to have the opportunity to get more training points to make your guy better so that when you do go to the major leagues that you can stay there. Because a lot of times you'll get moved up and you're just getting overpowered by pitchers They're pitching you a lot harder, so it's much harder to get hits, and you're going to lose out on a lot of easy training points that you would get if you were still in the minor leagues. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times you don't want to get moved up super quickly. But everybody always asks, how do you get moved up? So we're going to talk about that right after this. A little interview with KB after he hits in the game-winning home run. Thank God my PVR was working on that one, because you don't really get a game-winning home run too often. So it was kind of a special moment there, and glad it captured it. The Suns are doing very, very well right now. I'll have to show the stats in the next video of like where we're at and what KB's doing. Obviously, you can see some of the stats sometimes before the game or when I go up to bat. You can see like my batting average and whatnot. But we're very, very early in the season. I think that was game number 3. But this screen, the player comparison screen, is what you want to look at. So you can see me down at the bottom. You can see 3 real things that you need to look at. Well, actually 4. So first is the performance. That's kind of what the team expects of you. As expected means you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. There's some other ones that you can do, like below expectations, above expectations, and obviously the better you're doing, the better that will be. The next is your potential. This is what the team sees you as. So they see me as an A potential, meaning they're going to look at me higher than anybody else, besides anybody else that has an A, like that guy. So that's very, very important. The teams will look at stats and stuff a little bit differently if you have an A potential. The other things we want to look at on this screen are the overall and the adjusted overall. So your overall is basically what number your training points are at. So if you put in points in your training, in your hitting and all that kind of stuff, the average that out, that gives you your overall score. The adjusted overall score takes into consideration that number plus what you're doing at the plate. So if you're hitting very well, then your adjusted overall will be higher than your normal overall. So those are really the key things. So as you start doing better, your name, instead of being at the bottom, will start moving up in the charts of like where you compare to the other players on the team at that position. And what you can also do is look at, other positions. Like say you're playing right field, you can look at the left field position and see, what they're doing. If their potentials and stuff are less than yours, then you can just maybe move to that side of the field, and you might have a better opportunity to get moved up quicker. Or let's say center field is, you're playing center field, and left field you have a bunch of scrubs in left field, but you're behind Mike Trout in center field. You might want to look at moving to a different position like right field or left field based on what the other people are doing in your organization, because that's really what it all comes down to this year, is what your potential and your overall and your adjusted overall are compared to everybody else in your team. If you got a bunch of really, really good players in front of you, it's going to take you a while to get moved up. Likewise, if you have a bunch of scrubs in front of you, you'll probably get moved up quicker. So that's really what it all comes down to this year. Advancement goals are out the window, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. It's all just getting good at bats, getting those training points to improve your player, and playing a decent game. So hopefully that answers some questions for some of you guys, because I know a lot of people have asked that in the past. That's where you need to look. So really, hopefully that will answer some of your questions about how you get moved up in this game. It's a lot different than it has been in the years past. In fact, it may be very much the same. However, none of those stats were available for us to look at. That player comparison chart really wasn't there before. You really had no idea in the old days of when you would get moved up. Now there's at least a place to look and kind of give you some more information. So I'd suggest every week after you complete a week in Road to the Show, you have a look at that, kind of see where your other players are on the team, what they're doing compared to what you're doing. Obviously, if you're hitting the cover off the ball, your adjusted overall is going to change, and that's going to help you dramatically as far as when you're going to get moved up. Obviously, too, when you have an A potential, your chances of getting traded go down quite a bit. Obviously, you can still get traded if you know, they get something that they're really going to like. But when you have that high potential, the organization looks very highly on your player. So there's a good chance that you're going to stay with that team, and also a good chance that you'll get moved up quicker than somebody with like a B or a C potential. So that's really the keys to getting moved up. Hopefully you learned something today. If not, I'm sorry. But if you would, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely going to be doing some more of this. I'll also be live streaming maybe tonight, because I didn't get to live stream over the weekend. But every Wednesday and Thursday I do live stream 8 p.m. Eastern. MLB 14 the show with KB. So if you are around that time, come check us out. And thank you again for watching. See you. Peace.